Hey everyone, good afternoon. Um, how are you? I am much better. Thank God I woke up this morning headache free, migraine free, and I've just been thanking God all day for that and trusting that it will not return because I suffered 5 days straight with that migraine and it was really bad. My face is still pretty swollen, especially on the left side. That happens when I have those flare ups, but it'll go down. I don't know if you saw my community tab or a short I did or a little video I did showing you the shawl that I made my landlord's 83-year-old mom. She is going to love it. I sent a picture of it the other day to her oldest daughter, and she assured me that her mother's going to love it. Her mother is so spry and she loves bright colors. Um, Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I made her a shawl. I did that virus shawl that I'll never do again. And if it wasn't for her, I never would have finished it. But I did it for her, and I did it. It was all different shades of purples, and I believe it was a Karen cake, and she loved it. Now this shawl, I saw that I had two Pioneer Woman cakes. I don't know the colorway, but I bought them last year at Walmart on clearance for $3.08. And as soon as they only had those two on clearance, and as soon as I saw those two with all those shades of pink, right away I thought of my landlord's mother. And I had meant to make the shawl last year. Then I had meant to make it in September. Her birthday's in September, but she just loves to be surprised at any time. And so, in fact, I have it here so I can tell you about it. I'll never buy that Pioneer Woman yarn again, even if it's on clearance, even if it's free on a marketplace or at a garage sale. I don't think I would get it. If I did, I don't have no water. If I did get it free, it'd probably be for a giveaway, because not only is it very rough, but there was so many knots, especially in one cake, and I didn't cut it. I worked those knots out, but one knot took me almost 20 minutes. That slowed down my work. But I made it, and I used both cakes for most of this. Let's see. I ran out. Okay, I can show you. I ran out of the cake right on this row, this darker pink. And so I went looking through my stash. I knew that I had balls of pink yarn because, oh, this is probably 6 years ago. I had started a baby blanket. I believe it's a 12-point star baby blanket. And I started it, and all of my leftover pinks, every shade of pink I could find that was left over, I just rolled up into balls and I started that blanket. So I knew that I had leftover pinks. And so I ran out. Let's see. Yeah, I ran out on that row. And so I joined this pink. Oh, now you can't see too good. But I joined this pink for the row. And then I just kept adding other pinks that I had. And then I found this. This is Red Heart Panther Pink, or Pink Panther, and they don't make it anymore. But I had some of that left, and I thought, I'm going to throw that in for the last row. She will love it. And the only change I made was the very last row I did a single crochet. I like to end things if I can with single crochet or reverse single crochet, also known as the crab stitch. I love doing it. I know a lot of people or several people don't, but I do. But I didn't do it on this. I just did a single crochet. And this comes from Nana's Crafty Home. And I can't think of her name, but Granny D is the one who introduced me and a bunch of people to this. She makes them, and then she had posted the link to this tutorial on her community page. You'll have to go back quite a ways on Granny's to find the link. And but you can just, I didn't put the link, but I did put the channel name, Nana's Crafty Home, but her name does begin with a T. But you should be able to find it. Super easy. I used an 8-hook. I think that's what she called for, and it's all double crochet, and I had it done in 2 days. So I've made my landlord's dad that hat and all those browns. Now I made his wife this shawl, and not for any special reason, just because they're just wonderful people, and I wanted to show them that I love and appreciate them. So was supposed to bring that over to them today, and the hat, and I had planned, I talked to them, her, earlier, and the plan was for me to go over at 1:30, but today is voting day, and neither one of them drive anymore, so their oldest daughter was going to go pick them up and take them to vote. And where they're going to vote, they have a, what do you call, they come out to you with all your, your paper stuff, so they don't have to get out and be in a line or anything, which is good. Okay, the car issue is still an issue, but I really believe God's going to work it out. I have prayed and prayed about it, and you know that I went to that one garage here in the town I live in. I'm not going to talk all about that, because if you've been following me, which you should be, you'll know. And then I had an option to contact this other guy who's more or less a backyard mechanic. And he has done some work. Well, I don't know if he's done work on this car, but on my other car he did work. And he knows a lot about cars, and he's very, very reasonable. The thing is, it's to nail him down. This is a big problem when you're not using a garage where you make an appointment, when you're dealing with other people who know how to do it. Even my mobile mechanic, he works another full-time job. So it's hard to nail people down. And this is not a problem that it says my door's open. Oh, it is. At least that light was true. This is not a problem with the car that I want to keep going on. Thankfully, right now, we've been in the 80s since, I think since Sunday. 83 today, it was, or it is 84. And so I have no coolant in the radiator because, or antifreeze, coolant, antifreeze, the mix, because it's expensive. And since there's a leak somewhere, I don't want it leaking out. And so since last Tuesday when the car broke down, it's just been water. And that's not good. Sunday night after church, me and a couple of guys from church, they came out in the church parking lot and they checked things for me, and we had to add water. I have the jug right in the back, of the antifreeze coolant. I have that jug filled with water, and Sunday night when we went out to check, we had to use about half that jug. But one of the guys got down on the ground with the flashlight, was looking under my car, and we didn't see any spot on the church parking lot. So it's a very small leak, but the point is it will do more damage. And putting water in the radiator, I know, will rust it out. So I'm not going to be able to do this for too long. And we will get cold weather. We do get weather in the 20s where I'm going to need to have antifreeze in there. And so there's another garage in town. I've gotten to kind of know the owner of it. They're very reputable. The owner is super, super nice. So many people like him. And I happened to see him today. And I told him what the car's been doing. And he said, if you bring it in, we'll check it. Now, they do charge for checking. They charge $60, but they will pressurize it. Now, I didn't tell him anything about the other garage, but they will pressurize it again. They'll put it up on the lift. You know, my mobile mechanic don't have a lift. It would just have to be jacked up. And the same way with the other guy who's a backyard mechanic. He doesn't have a lift. So this other place, they'll pressurize it, put it up on the lift, and he told me the name of these lights that they have that are super bright and can get into tiny, tiny places. He said it could be leaking in 15 different places. Maybe it's not the water pump. It could be a little hole in a hose. It could be this, it could be that. And this is the best way to check it out. And I told him that sometimes, you know, I hear like a ticking, and I'm thinking it's something with a belt. And he said that if something is leaking and water is getting on a belt, it will make that noise that I'm describing. So there is, well, I know there's a leak, because why would I have to keep adding water? Oh, and so I made an appointment to bring the car there tomorrow morning early, like maybe 7:30. And he says, since you live here in Wiley and not too far, you know, we'll just give you a ride home, because the car's going to have to be there a while. They have to pressurize it, get that pressure up, and then they have to wait and watch for leaks. So he said, instead of me waiting there, you know, he or one of the mechanics will bring me home and then pick me up and bring me back and give me an estimate. And if I decide to have the work done there, he will give me a friend discount, because, you know, like I say, I've gotten to know him. And so I'm going to start with the second opinion tomorrow. And then depending on the estimate and how much of a discount, I'll go from there. Now, yesterday, I think I did a video, and I mentioned I was in Garland. And the reason why I was there was I took my car over to another garage that someone I know referred me to, and I had been there back in 2018. And the man I needed to talk to was not there, and the receptionist took my name and my number and the concern of the car, and she said, I will call you back by the end of the day and let you know. They only have one mechanic, and let you know when you could bring your car in to have the mechanic check. Well, she never called, and today we're into the afternoon and I've not heard. But I'm thinking that's the best thing, because I would be stranded over there. I would have to pack a bag, and I sure wouldn't want to wait there. I mean, it's a hole in the wall place. They have a wonderful mechanic, I'll say that, because he did my brakes on this car back in 2018. But it's a very small waiting area, and I wouldn't be comfortable in that small space. And so I'd have to pack a bag, and I'd have to walk to that downtown Garland park that I did a video. I drove around that park showing you that new square. I'd have to do that. Or I could call Jamie from Jamie's Hooked to see if she would be home, and maybe we could sit out on her porch and crochet and have some water or tea or something. I mean, those are the things I'd have to do, but I'm not going to be going to that place anyway, because they didn't call. And this works out much better. This guy that I'm taking the car to tomorrow, like I say, I've gotten to know. They're local, and they're going to give me a ride home and a ride back. And so even though I have such a good relationship with my mobile mechanic friend, it's good to establish something local for situations like this. And so I'm keeping my mobile mechanic friend in my back pocket. And but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my second opinion tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So I just wanted to call you up and tell you all this. So I'll talk to you later. I need to go and get some water. Thank you.